In this video, we are going to learn how to create a JavaScript function that accepts parameter and return a value. So for this, what I have done is that I have created a sample application here. So here you can see that this is my JavaScript code, and I have defined add a function here, and that accepts two parameters, A and B. And then the code inside this is very simple, where sum is equal to A plus B. And if we have to return the value, then we'll have to write return and whatever value we want to return. So in this case, I want to return the value of some variable, so I have written return and sum. So return keyword is very important here. It is the reserved keyword in JavaScript that helps us to return the value from a function. So return sum will basically return the value of sum. Now in order to call this function, what we need to do is that we need to write something like this. For example, add and whatever value we want to pass in both parameters. So for example, 55, 60. So what it will do is that, let's take this example where v is equal to. So what it will do is that it will call this add method, add function with 50 and 60 as parameter, and the sum of 50 and 60 will be returned to the v variable. So v will be 50 plus 60 equal to 110. Now here what we have done is that instead of returning into some variable, I have directly given the alert as the return value. So this particular code, add in bracket 5, 6, will add the 5 and 6 and it will give 11, and the same 11 value will be given as an alert to the user. So let me run this page and show you. So here what will happen, that when the button will be clicked, then on click event will fire, and that will basically call the alert method, and that alert method we have add method that will basically add 5 and 6 and give to the alert method, and that alert method will basically show the value. So let me run this page. Here you can see that I have a button. Now I am clicking it. 5 plus 6 is equal to 11. Now we have change the value. For example, 6 plus 6. So the both parameters is 6 and 6. So it will give me 6 and 6, 12. This was the way to create a JavaScript function that accepts more than one parameter and it returns the value. If we do not want to return the value, then we can simply ignore the return. We can keep as it is. So this function will basically process the data, but it will not return anything. Now this how to is very important, because this is very frequently used in the real-time applications. And here we are going to learn that how to show a confirmation box in JavaScript. So let me show you one demonstration. My page name is confirm box. Now here what we are doing is that we have a button called click me, and on the click me button we are calling the confirm me function. Okay, this function name can be anything. So confirm box. Okay, and then I am defining the same function in the JavaScript here. So confirm box. And in this we have a inbuilt JavaScript function called confirm, and that accepts one parameter. Okay, and that parameter is basically the message that you wanted to show to the user as a confirmation. So here we are showing to the user that are you sure to proceed, and this confirm method will basically show a dialog box kind of thing with this message, are you sure to proceed, and there will be two buttons, OK and cancel. And if user will click OK, what will happen is that this v variable will have value as true, and if user will click cancel, then v variable will have value as false, automatically set. So we do not need to do those things. That confirm function automatically takes care of that. Now here we are checking that if user has clicked OK, means true, then I am just giving an alert message saying that go ahead, and if user will click cancel, then V will be false. It will come into the else block and it will say stop. Now for this demonstration purpose, I have just written alert. In the real-time application, you can do whatever you want as per your requirement. So here is my page. Now I clicked. You can see that are you sure to proceed? The same message that I have written here is coming here. If I will click cancel, it will say stop, because it is coming to the else block, else part here. And if I will click OK, then this V will be true and it will come into this if block and it will alert me as go ahead. You can see that it is alerting me go ahead. So this was the confirmation. It is very, very important. Okay. Now the next how to is how to show a prompt box in JavaScript. There might be a scenario where you wanted to get some input from the user in the JavaScript. So if you have that kind of scenario, then you can use this methodology where we will show a prompt to the user with a text box, and whatever user will enter into the text box, that we can catch it. So let me show you one example here. So for that I have created one sample page called prompt box, and here what we have done, we have a simple button, and on click of the button we are calling prompt user function. And in this prompt user function, what we are doing, in the same way the confirm works, what we are doing is that we are writing where your name and then prompt and the message that I want to prompt to the user, and the second parameter is basically the default value. So in this case default value is nothing, so I'm ignoring the default value. So when I will click the this button, what will happen is that user will get a prompt box, and then we are checking if your name, means the variable here, is not equal to null or your name is not empty. Then what we are doing is that we are showing the alert your name is, and whatever name will be entered by the user. Let me show you that, then it will be very much clear. Now I will click here and you can see that I am getting the prompt what is your name, the same thing that I have written here. And whatever I will write here, for example, my name is Siu Narayan, and when I will click cancel, what will happen? It will be null, so it will not come into this box. So let me click cancel. You can see that nothing is happening, so I am getting no alert. But in case I will write my name and Siu Narayan and I will click OK, then what will happen? Your name will be the name that I am entering. So OK. So I entered Siu Narayan, so that's why it is coming here. Your name is and the Siu Narayan, whatever value I had entered. So this is the way to give a prompt to the user and accessing the data that user has entered into the JavaScript. Now in case you want some default value to appear into the default box, into the prompt box, then you can specify the second parameter of the prompt function. So for example, enter any name. Now what will happen is that when the prompt box will appear, enter any name will be by default entered here. See, this name is by default coming here. Either I can keep it or I can modify it. So here I'm keeping it. So the same thing is appearing, enter any name. Now if I want to modify it, then I can very well go ahead and modify it. You can see that the modified value is coming.